So I might have done something about this before recently. I'm having a memory problem right now. So if I'm repeating myself, I don't mean to. But I'm thinking about appreciation of things that you have in your life that I think tend to be taken for granted. And then when problems arise, you might find yourself unable to handle it properly because you never anticipated problems like this. So I'm thinking of simple things like you go to pick up the children from school and you walk out to the car and find the car's not there and you realize it's been stolen. So what would you do in order to pick up the children from school? What I'm thinking is that it's difficult to think straight at that moment when you're supposed to be picking up the children from school at that moment and you can't do it. It's difficult to think straight and think clearly. But and do the right thing to make sure that the children are attended to. But if you think now, when things are calm and there's no problem, then you can maybe think of the right thing you should be doing and have a memory of it. So if you know what you should do, who you should call, how you should make sure the children are picked up, and what steps you should take to make sure things are sorted out. It's good to do your thinking now while you're calm than it is to do your thinking at the moment you're trying to pick up the children from school. So things like that, I think is worth doing a little planning, a little thinking about certain situations that might arise. So as I said, you go to get in the car to pick up the children and the car's been stolen. Maybe you wake up tomorrow morning to find you're ill and you can't go to work or you can't go and do what you need to be doing. So those are two things that might happen. What else might happen? Um, Maybe you go to phone someone to make an important phone call and realize you don't have the number anymore for some reason. Or if your computer won't start when you need to do some important work and so you can't pick up your email or whatever. Basically, itemize a few things that you do in your life that are critical to do, but that you wouldn't normally think about. You just get on and do it. But you wouldn't think about what you would do if you weren't able to do it for some reason. So I advise to do some thinking now on things that might happen that could prevent you doing something you need to do. So do your thinking now when things are calm and good, and then you can get a good plan together. Then you file that memory away, and then should that thing happen, you automatically have a plan to deal with it. And it will probably work because you know you've thought about it clearly when you weren't worried or in a panic or something. So keep that in mind, I think it's worthwhile.